So if you are just waking up or if you're finding out that Capcut is banned, literally you might have opened up your app today. And I want to show you what I opened my app up to today inside of Capcut. Literally, I went to Capcut and I saw this. It's gone. Like, they didn't even give us any warning. Now, we know Capcut is owned by ByteDance, that's also owned by Capcut itself. But yo, there was like little to no warning that Capcut would also go away with this. We don't know if this is temporary or if this is permanent. I wanted to have this live really quick just to share, yo, what's next? What should you do? What alternatives do you have outside of this platform? Oh, let me fix my screen real quick. What other platforms you have right now outside of Capcut? Because I know it's been my go-to. I really have not ventured out into any other platforms at all. Let me get this fixed. All right, cool. I haven't ventured out into any other platforms because it was hard enough for me to go into this mobile editing software. I was against Capcut when it first came out. Personally, I have been editing for over 10 years and I used Final Cut Pro. It was my go-to thing. I know how to work it in my sleep, all the ins and outs. I've even done a whole coaching program and everything on that. But I got into Capcut because one, I wanted to reach more of the masses. Everybody has a phone. I wanted to make sure I had a editing software that was easily accessible from the phone. But now that it's gone, it's not physically on our phones anymore. I don't want you to panic. I have you covered. We're going to cover what the top 3 best alternatives that I've been able to find so you can keep creating the amazing content that you've done. Get it? I get it if you are in pain right now because you might have had content all drafted up inside of CapCut, had stuff planned out that is just gone and you don't know what to do next. And it might feel, hey, what's up? Somebody said that it's time for Premiere Pro. I can't do it. I cannot do Premiere. Let me stop. There are certain aspects of Premiere Pro that I've learned to love. Personally, it's not the software that I'm the fastest in, and the GUI for the computer is a bit more complicated than the average person. So I wanted to make sure, hey, whatever platform we choose, it's a very easy to use platform. So let's go ahead and get into it. Before we do, if we're just now meeting, I wanted to introduce myself. I am Donielle Boateng. I'm a mama, entrepreneur, content creator. For those that know me on social, I go by bydonielleboateng. You can find me on Instagram. I would say TikTok, but I mean, this is the reason why we're here. It's all banned. But for those that know me, first and foremost, I'm a mother of 2. I have a 4-year-old and one that is 1 at the moment. Previous to like doing all this content creation and everything, I was a full-time aerospace engineer. I went to VCU, Virginia Commonwealth Engineering, got my degree in mechanical engineering. And after working in corporate for like 7 years, I just like realized I was working with companies like Rolls-Royce and Honeywell. I was a design engineer and then also a senior project engineer at Honeywell. And I was not happy. I was doing this thing for the money, but it was not really fulfilling my passions or anything. In my free time, me and my husband, we were creating content. And it's really what pushed forward and us starting Brand It Like a Pro, and also me teaching people how to edit and create content. So I wanted to try to find something that not only helps me to monetize my brand right from my phone so that I can edit and create content that works from anywhere, because as a mother, I can't always be at my computer. My little one is always on me and I'm like constantly moving. Even if I'm in the house, most of the time I'm on the go. I like being able to edit from my phone. So let's go ahead and we're going to get into those different alternatives. But before we do, I did want to share, like, just because there's a lot of people out here that are teaching editing and a lot of people that built their entire brands and their businesses directly on top of CapCut. Thank God mine was partially Final Cut Pro, CapCut. But what I have learned through all the years of me editing, here's some of the clients that I have edited with and have had work featured on, like Complex, New Balance, one of the stores. And when we lived in Southern California, we did a few videos for them while I was working at Rolls-Royce. I was a full-time engineer working in engineering, but also I did a behind the scenes, recorded a whole like workshop where people traveled from all over the world. And while I was working there as an engineer, I was recording the entire thing and edited it, and it got featured throughout the company. I also did work for Think Media. I've edited for Sean Cannell and Omar El Takori as well. But one of the things that I've learned that through the years and all this experience that I've learned over the last 10 years, it doesn't matter what platform you're on. At the end of the day, video editing, there are some basic, very basic level techniques that you need to learn. And once you learn those, you can edit in any software. At the end of the day, it's all about finding out where the buttons are. Each software has its perks and its whatever that they have. I personally was in love with Capcut because I could easily transfer, I can edit from my phone. It had a cloud-based server where I can upload those edits. Say I didn't finish something, I could load it to the cloud. Then I can come over to my computer that has the Capcut app, download that same project I was working from, and continue it on my computer. And if I didn't finish it on my computer, I can move it back over to my phone. And I love that workflow because all my years of working in Final Cut, they just aren't there yet. They don't have the best mobile solution. They have um, what you call it app, an iPad app, but I don't have an iPad, so I haven't really dove into it too much. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get into these alternatives because again, you don't need all the fancy equipment. You just need to know the very basic level things to use in order to um, be able to edit your videos and edit your content. So I got you covered. What we're going to do today, we're going to test out these three apps. I don't have them right now. I literally was using only Final Cut Pro and Capcut. I have heard of some of these other platforms. I've had some of the platforms reach out to me for brand deals. I was like, no, I'm not interested. I'm staying right here in my lane when I should have stepped out, but it's all good. We're here. So I'm going to go through, download each of these. I'm hoping each of them have what I'm really looking for in this live is making sure whatever we pick has both a desktop version and a phone version so we can be versatile and not limited to one or the other. If it doesn't, let's find out what is the most cost effective. I believe all three of them, from what I've read so far, have free trials. So if you use any of these apps, comment in the if you're catching this live, go ahead and comment right now. Let me know what apps you're using to edit from your phone. If you're catching this in the replay, be sure to let me know as well. Let me know what you love, what you don't love about them. I'm going to find out. I'm going to spend this entire week going through these different apps, doing different content on them, and let's see what works out the best. So I'm going to go ahead and continue sharing my screen, and we're going to let's go over here to the phone. So first and foremost, I'm going to search each of these inside of the App Store. Let's go ahead and get everything downloaded. I know everything is available on the phone. InShot. Let me turn off my sound. InShot, one thing that I do love that I see here, there are 2.2 million reviews on this thing, so I'm not going to front. At the moment, this one might be at the top of the list. I'm going to go ahead and download this. Hopefully we won't have any trouble. Okay, perfect. So while InShot's downloading, let's go ahead and head over to VN Video Editor. And I believe VN stands for Vlog Now. It was like a platform created for people that were trying to vlog. It has quite a bit of reviews as well that it's at 5 stars. That it's ranked number 45 in the photo and video app in the App Store. InShot is 16. So I'm going to go ahead and download this one too. And now that we have those two, let's go ahead. Filmora did not used to have a phone app. It is by Wondershare. So let's go ahead and get this one as well. All right, so I do have a video that I did shoot really quick. that we might try to load in and edit. Let's see how this whole thing goes. But let's go ahead and start off with InShot. There's been a lot of rave about it. I do want to check really fast before we get into it, because the big key for me again was to make sure that we have an app that is usable across different platforms or across different devices. So I want to make sure whatever I'm going to be using instead of Capcut, I'm able to access it from the computer. So let's go ahead and I'm going to start off with InShot. Let me make sure I can see you guys. All right. And wrong one, sorry. All right, so we have InShot, and I'm not 100% sure if they have a desktop version or not. I actually, oh, that's awesome. I think it does. Let's go ahead and open up the App Store. So that is amazing. They do have a, oh, it says it's designed for iPad. So it might not work the best on the computer, but we will see. I've heard that Filmora, I believe it is, it's either Filmora or let me double check. One of them has a GUI that is very similar to Capcut that's going to be easy to transfer over from. So I'm going to allow access for now. Let's let InShot open up. Okay, cool. So we have InShot on the computer. Let's go ahead and get the other two. Again, it was VN Video Editor. I've heard this one is really good as well. Let's go ahead, and all of them have free trials. We're going to find out once we get into each of them. And let's go ahead and download Filmora. Make sure that it is available on the computer as well. All right, so here we go. Looks like Filmora's reviews aren't as high as the other. Now, again, there are literally hundreds of different video editing apps that are out there. These are the top 3 that got on my radar, so I'm literally going to be testing them out, doing various tutorials and different things in them. I actually have an opportunity for you guys that I'm going to, if you guys are okay with me sharing it at the end, I'm going to share it as well. I know it's late for some, so if you're tuning in, shout out to you for coming on so late at night. But let's go ahead and see what this is going to do for us. That one might take a minute, so let's give it a second, and I'm going to fix my camera really fast. Okay, it's all right. I'm going to have to leave it. All right, so let's go back. Let's double check to see. So we have InShot already. So I'm going to start with InShot from the phone. I just wanted to make sure that everything is available on the computer as well, because I love being able to go back and forth. So let me go back to my phone, and we're going to start off with InShot. Okay. I have a video. Now, when it comes to editing, again, it doesn't matter. It's funny. It doesn't matter what. Get full access. I don't like apps tracking, so I'm going to say do not track. So it doesn't matter really what software you're in. There's some key points, and I'm actually going to do a video probably later this week on how to edit better videos. And I have like a 9-step process that I wrote up a ebook that's actually for Capcut, so I need to do an updated edition. But all of the principles that I teach inside of editing are transferable regardless of what platform you're in. So let's go ahead and try to create a new video in this. I'm going to go to, I shot a really quick video talking about this exact thing. So let's load it in. I don't know why it looks so crazy. All right, so in order to remove the watermark, again, we're exploring this together, so let's see what we find in this. In order to remove the watermark, you have to do the paid version. I do want to find out for you guys. So, okay. So the paid version, I'm going to take a screenshot of this so I have it for later. It looks like $3.99 a month is the base, and they have a family sharing plan that is $17.99 a year. That is way cheaper than Capcut. Or lifetime, only $50. Yeah, I had two different subscriptions inside of Capcut because I had extra space that I purchased. So I think I was paying like $7.99 a month plus $16.99 a month for my version of it, and then my husband's, we were paying $7.99 as well. So InShot already has me a little sold because of this family sharing plan and the lifetime. So I'm going to activate this 3-day free trial, and I'm going to keep it on the $17.99 a year just for the family sharing portion of it. So let's go ahead. Hopefully this goes through with the right information. Okay, cool. All right. So now that we have InShot, again, we're on the free trial at the moment. I probably should have kept it in the free to see what capability there was. But maybe I'll do another video off of my husband's phone later showing all the free features. So with the premium, there's no ads, no InShot logo. You get auto captions, auto AI cut, which Capcut had as well, AI effects, auto adjust. You're able to adjust the hue, saturation, and lightness of the videos. There's stickers, animation, text. Is pretty much Capcut all over again, right? Again, buttons are just going to be in a different space, and we'll go from there. All right, so it looks like the trim feature is the same as Capcut. Let's go ahead and select this and drag. I'm going to go to a different view so you guys can see my hand gestures and everything as well. Just give me 1 second to get that. I'm going to lock this so I can move everything. Sorry if stuff is moving like crazy. I didn't lock everything in place. All right, let's move this up here. So I'm going to go to this view right here. All right, so it has a very similar feature as Capcut. Let me wipe my screen off just a little bit. Okay, similar features as Capcut. And again, this view that I have right here, the purpose of it is so that you can just see where my hands are going. It may not be as clear to see things. I know I have a little bit of glare, but it's just so you can see and just get the gist of where I'm clicking with the buttons. So, all right, so you can pinch in and out to zoom in on the timeline. It's very similar to Capcut, a little bit different, but it's all good. So we have that. We can do a pre-cut. So we can do different cuts and splits. I'm gonna have to explore some of this later because this is my first time in the app. Just wanted to let you guys know what the alternatives are and what some of the things that you can do. So I recorded this. Yo, if you woke up and found out that Capcut is banned and you got this screen when you logged in. So, all right, let's go ahead and see. So, ooh, I think I like that. So video editing itself, you work in layers. So let's see what happens. Oh, it's just blank space. Never mind. Okay, let's not do that. Let's undo. Again, everything's the same. It's just in different locations. So let's see. Okay, so there's the split feature right here in the center. You guys can see it right there where I'm pointing. So I'm going to go ahead and up and found out that Capcut is banned and you got this screen when you logged in. You're probably wondering, what do I do? All right, so I was looking at a script. So I'm going to go ahead and split. The split's very similar. You can trim. What I do want to find out, and I'll do more research later, is, yo, does this thing have a transcript-based editing? Transcript-based editing is pretty much where you can edit based on, it will transcribe the video and you can edit from the text, which I love because it speeds stuff up so much. So we'll play around with this specific one. I just wanted to get it loaded, see where the basic buttons are. We'll go into more detail in this. We actually have opportunity where you can come in this week and learn with me directly, that I'll be sharing here in a little bit, on how to edit directly in these 3 different applications. So, okay, what we're going to do next, I'm going to go ahead and hop over and look at the second application, which was Filmora, I believe it was. Nope, not Filmora yet. We're going to look at, let me get back to that screen. All right, so we're going to go to VN Editor now. Let me just check to see if it finished downloading. Yep, and it did. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and go into VN Editor. I'm going to allow access to my photos. I'll allow it to send this. Our app wants to stay free for you. Ads help to support our business. Tap allow to continue the next screen to give permission to show ads. So I don't know if this one has a paid subscription. I'm guessing it does, but let's see. So it looks like it comes with 100 projects to start off with. So I can do a video-based edit or a music-based, which you can pick the music first and edit to match. So it edits to the beat. That is amazing. I love being able to edit stuff to the beat. Use it for certain things, not for everything. But let's go ahead and do a video-based edit first. So there's some settings that have to be enabled. Let's go ahead and import this video. Ooh, I already like this GUI way better than InShot right now, because we are able to see all the different layers. In InShot, from the very first view, I couldn't see the layers. I'm gonna have to dig later. Just don't want to waste too much time right now. So right here we have some quick tutorials. So you can drag your fingers, you can pinch and drag for easy zoom. There's convenient sorting. Okay, so you can click and drag the different clips in different places. So far, VN Editor kind of has my heart already. I don't know if we're going to keep InShot just yet. It has very precise cutting, which I love. This actually looks very similar to not only Capcut, but also Final Cut Pro for me. You can crop stuff. There are the curves and everything for speed ramping, which I use a lot in my editing. There's transitions. So we'll go through some of those. They have filter adjustments. This looks a lot like Capcut. I'm not saying I'm bought fully on it yet, but so far, just off the top, I like how it looks over InShot. The fonts look really good. I love right here where you can see the different layers. You can see your music layer, you can see text, you can see the B-roll layer where you would add additional pictures or photos on top of your main shot. And of course you can see your main shot. Awesome. There's keyframing. I love keyframing. I've taught this in Capcut. It's the same, it's going to be the same stuff here, and I'll teach it as well inside of whatever app we decide going to move forward with. Ooh, this is a really good, nice screen preview. And what's this last one? Picture in picture. So it looks like you're able to easily maneuver things and apply keyframes and reframe things to where you can have multiple things on screen at one time. So like have really nice B-roll on your videos. You can record directly inside of the app. Voiceovers, I do this all the time with my video editing hacks I bet you didn't know, series and everything. So far, I ain't gonna front. I'm liking this. Ooh, and it's so much better than Capcut already because you can see the audio waves. Video editing isn't just about the visuals that you are seeing. It's the sound that's underneath, and sound has its own wavelengths, like what you see down here, to where you can tell where there is sound or where there is not sound. So this is amazing that all of this information is shown this way. I might be sticking with VN Editor this week and doing a whole bunch of tutorials and different things inside of our community, which I'll share more about that in just a minute. I'll be doing some more behind the scenes. So experience more transitions. So think it's trying to send me through more tutorials. Into it. Okay. Into it. So transitions, I like finding the very basic few that I use that are like not crazy over the top. So we'll find the things that we like to use in here. But so far, not gonna lie, I really like VN Editor. All right, so I'm not gonna get into the actual edit right now. Let's go ahead and test out and see what Filmora looks like. Yeah, it does look exactly like Capcut. All right, so let's go to Filmora. Oops, if I can type it right. ILM. And we'll double check to see how much VN Editor is as well. So allow Filmora. I'm not going to allow it to track. I'll let it send me notifications. Powerful multi-track editing. That's what we just saw also in VN Editor as a multi-track. I couldn't find the multi-track very quickly in InShot, but I'm sure it has it somewhere. Seamless smart editing. So let me see if it has any sound with this. There's no sound. Wow. I'm pretty impressed already with just seeing the few things. So, okay, let's see what else is there. Abundance of resource libraries. I love when things have B-roll and different things already built in for the platform. And look, you can go from the computer to the to your phone as well. It's cross-platform, which I love. All right, so here we go. They tell the pricing right off the bat. So for Filmora, excuse me, it is yearly $39 or monthly $12.99. Is there any free trial? So the benefits is it comes with 200 AI credits. You can use the AI features 200 times or more within your pro benefits. So let's see, you get a gig of cloud space, which that's kind of small. Capcut used to give 100 gigs, and they had a subscription that you could purchase that I had 1,000 gigs available. So I'm kind of curious here with Filmora how much you can actually store here. All right, so they have templates, stickers, the same kind of effects and things that is inside of Capcut, multi-track editing, you can do 4K exports, AI captions. We'll see how good each of those are this week. AI music, a reel maker, all this. Okay, so that's pro. Oh shoot, there's also a premium. So you get 23 plus premium benefits, 400. So the other one had 200 AI credits per month, and this one has 400. I don't know exactly what all this means, but we will find out. This one gives you 10 gigabits of cloud space, which is okay, but some of my CapCut projects, one video was over a gig or two gigs, depending on how big my edits got. So I don't know what I want to do right now. Let's see, how can we, it looks like we can go in it without having to do the premium or anything right now. So this is where you can get additional cloud space. So the cloud space on here for a terabyte is $15 a month, $16 a month pretty much. Or you can have 20 gigs for $4.99 a month or 100. If it were me and this ends up being the platform I get, I'm most likely going to go for that 1 terabyte because I edit a lot and I have a lot of stuff going back and forth. We'll see. Wow, they have a lot of stuff. So they also have a Creator Pro. They have a 3 free day trial where you get unlimited downloads. This is access to music and things. So Capcut did have an upper hand on this because Capcut, you could use their stuff that was already, they would check to see if it's licensed or not. I don't know which direction I'm going to take with this one. This is a lot. I'm going to have to digest it. and figure out what direction I want to go and what I will recommend to you all. For now, let's go ahead and see what free features it is and what it's like importing. So we're going to go ahead and hit new project. The new project looks like Capcut, not going front. So let's go into new project. Let's say I'll just get full access for now. One thing we do need to do history or check the history on is making sure that what we're getting into, there's no apps that are associated with ByteDance. My assumption is these apps are all available right now, so they must not have any association with ByteDance and Capcut at the moment. But we'll see. So it's importing in this video, taking a little bit longer than the VN editor and InShot did, but it's a minute long. It's like maybe 59-second long video. So let's see what this does real quick. Almost feel like Wheel of Fortune, but I'm not going to do it to y'all. All right, so, okay. Now that we have that imported, this looks very similar to Capcut. Off the bat, you don't see the audio waves. You don't see the additional tracks. I'm guessing that in order to add B-roll, you probably have to add an additional layer, which we'll learn and figure out how to do. But right now, just off the bat, loading all of these different applications, I'm not going to front. VN Video Editor might be the cream of the crop just for me as a video editor that likes the layout that it has. I'm not going to call one or the other in this live because, of course, I got to get in them and actually edit, which I'm going to be doing inside of our Brand It Like a Pro Academy community this week. So I'll be sharing some information just in 1 minute on how you can get into that and come see more behind the scenes of me editing and doing different things. But let's go ahead and see, how do you add, so it's called picture in picture, I guess. This is where we're going to add, B-roll on top. So it doesn't layer it on top the way that it technically is on top of the video. It puts it underneath the video, but it is there. If you woke up and found out that Capcut is banned and you got this screen. So it's funny that I actually imported that. So let's go ahead. Let me change the view so you can see my hands on this little bit of the edit. I'm not going to go too deep in this, but so I added this in, and I'm going to go ahead and let's trim it down to this, and I want it to come up here. If you woke up and found out that Capcut is banned and you got this screen when you logged in, oh, that's funny. That screenshot came from me taking the screenshot for this video. So I'm going to go ahead and put this here, and I'm going to size it down. So again, same like Capcut, you pinch, scroll to move with your fingers, which is nice that it's very similar. When you logged in, you're probably wondering, what do I do? That actually worked pretty nice. There's animations just like it looks exactly like Capcut, to be honest. They have animations on the front end and then also ones on the back end for when you're probably exiting off, which I really like that one. On the end, I see a lot of pro with the star things, but there are ones that are free. You logged in. So we have that. So I don't know. We'll see. You guys let me know in the comments which app you prefer, which ones that you've already tried out. I'm going to make my determination by the end of this week of figuring out, hey, maybe I'm going to edit this exact video in all three. I'll record it inside of our community, might do some live calls as well. If you do want to catch that and find out, we have a Brand It Like a Pro Academy. It's called Bylap Academy. Let me go ahead and share back.
This is Brand It Like a Pro.
So, struggling to find the presentation view. Okay, yeah, we have this Brand It Like a Pro Academy where we're going to have workshops, different resources, so you can learn anything from branding, video editing, content creation, different monetization strategies that work. You can get hands-on-hands help this week, just transferring your content out of Capcut and learning it in a new software. I'm going to be kind of diving deep into this because I know a lot of people are struggling right now, they're worried, not knowing what to do. We'll also have exclusive resources and templates that will help you guide yourself through just building your brand, because you're when you think of branding, branding isn't just your logo. Branding is what message you give, how your videos look. There's so much that you can incorporate into who you are and what your brand is, and we'll really be covering a lot of the basics inside of this community. There are some courses and different things that are to come, but for now we're just going to be having live Q&A sessions where you can come in, ask your questions, get feedback. You can connect with others that are building their brands, building their content, whether it's a personal brand or a business brand. Brand It Like a Pro's for you, and just overall community support. We'll be sharing different wins, asking each other for advice, and just growing alongside with other like-minded creators helps so much. So if you're interested in that, there is a link in the description. It is only $47 a month. Myself, my husband Dennis, who is a branding expert, and also our friend Freddie, who is part of Brand It Like a Pro, who brings like that film production, storytelling, learning how to shoot your content easier. Him and I are working hand in hand. And then for myself, I'll be touching on video editing, content creation, and how to tie that content into being able to monetize things. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check out Brand It Like a Pro Academy. I'm going to be going deeper into these 3 apps this week. I'm going to be testing stuff out, figuring out what I like, what I don't like. Again, the 3 apps that we went over are InShot, VN Editor, and Filmora. You guys let me know again in the comments what you prefer, what you feel like has been the best for you so far, if you're using any of these. And then just come in, get into Brand It Like a Pro. We'll be covering a lot of this stuff. And then lastly, if you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments now. I'll wait on here for just a minute. If anybody is live, I know it is extremely late on the East Coast and Central Standard Time right now. So if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them down into the comments, and I will be sure to either answer them in a video or bring the answers into the community, the Brand It Like a Pro by Lap Academy. But outside of that, again, the link is down in the description. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I just wanted to come on and just share, these are the directions that I'm about to go. I'm about to test out this week. I'm going to take all my years of experience from video editing and dive into these apps, figure out which ones I like that transfer better to the computer, what's the best price point for me, what might be the best cost-effective price point for you. So far, VN Video Editor is #1 on my list, but I barely touched it, like you saw. I'm going to go through, edit these videos. I'll make sure I record them, drop them into the community as well. I'll be sharing some bits and pieces of it inside of YouTube as well with some follow-up lives. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe if you are not, and just be on the lookout for more. I'll be dropping a video very soon on how to edit better videos in YouTube, and based on whichever one of these videos I pick, I'll demonstrate a YouTube video edit directly inside of it, plus inside of Final Cut Pro, because that is my main software I use to edit and that I'm most efficient in. So until next time, you guys take it easy. Peace.